For years, one background character in the amazing world of Gumball has confused fans, sparked theories, and has gone completely unexplained. We're talking about the silent clown who appears in the background of multiple Gumball episodes, always watching and never saying a word. Today, we're breaking down who this clown really is, and we're gonna reveal the truth behind Gumball's most disturbing background character. The clown's first appearance was in the episode The Procrastinators, and it turns out he might have actually been hired by Nicole. And this might actually be the reason he keeps appearing in the background throughout the series watching Gumball and Darwin. But it isn't until they decide to draw each other that the clown finally appears. When they reveal their drawings, Gumball gets mad at Darwin for including a creepy clown in his sketch, until he turns around and actually sees that the clown is real.
A scary clown through a window instead of a beautiful...
But here, the clown actually speaks, and he delivers a message from Nicole, reminding them to take out the trash.
Take out the trash, it could be done in a flash. If you do the math, you could avoid your mom's wrath.
And just as suddenly as he appeared, he disappears. What is his relationship with Nicole? And why did she send a clown to deliver a message to Gumball and Darwin in the first place? Well, this is actually a theory that's been heavily speculated by fans. While others believe the clown isn't watching Gumball and Darwin at all, he's watching us, waiting for the moment we stop paying attention, waiting for a chance to finally do something unspeakable to Gumball and Darwin. But he can't, not while we're still looking. And this is why we see him appear in the background of multiple episodes, never doing anything, never taking action, just watching. Sometimes he's barely there, stuck in traffic, or hidden in plain sight. Other times, he's rolling through the town on the news, and there are even moments where he's not just in the background, like in the song Weird Like You and Me, where he's front and center, singing along with the rest of the cast, as if he's a part of the main characters. And in The Saint, he further proves how dark and twisted he can be, twisting Alan's parents into balloon animals at a birthday party.
Now, who wants to see balloon tricks?
As Alan smiles through the whore, the clown stares directly at us, while Alan's parents scream in agony, turning what should have been a cheerful moment into something really disturbing. He's not just a background character anymore looking at us, but is inserting himself into Gumball's world. And the only people that notice him are us. But why is everyone so terrified of this clown? I think I know what makes him feel so threatening, so out of place. And it might just explain all the confusion and misunderstanding that's had the entire internet in shambles. People first started noticing the clown when he showed up in the background of a few episodes, like The Joy, where he's just standing there watching everyone become joy zombies. Then there's the episode The Halloween, where he's lurking outside a gas station, barely noticeable unless you're looking for him. We also see him in The Poltergeist. His face actually shows up in the stars from a nightlight, and can only be seen if you look very closely. However, these appearances were never actually a part of the original series, but instead all were a part of the first episode of the Gumball Chronicles, which is a remix series that reuses footage from the main show, sprinkling some new scenes into it. And in the first episode, it was exactly that, in the Curse of Elmore. It starts with a scene from the Ghouls, where Alan and Leslie find a mysterious VHS tape at the park. Then, a ghoul comes out of nowhere, snatches the tape, and takes them to the art room, showing them spooky moments from past episodes. Everything seems normal with the previous episodes, as Alan and Leslie try to figure out what the ghoul is trying to show them. And that was the clown that was in the background, watching. They didn't notice him at first, but after multiple episodes, Alan notices the creepy clown figure that has been hiding in the background of every single clip. It turns out that the ghoul was actually the clown all along, scaring Alan and Leslie, only to reveal that it was Tobias in disguise the whole time, all for a prank video. After this episode aired, fans started to think that he did actually appear in older episodes, without them knowing since they were all kids. Who is this guy? Is he always in the episodes? The episodes where he was spotted before sometimes wouldn't have him, well, other episodes did. Some people were saying that Cartoon Network saw it and deleted the scenes, because it was scaring a lot of kids who were watching the show. But after multiple hours of scrolling through the internet, there was nothing that actually confirmed that this was true. The only part that was true was that he sometimes appeared in certain episodes, while some he did not. None of these clown scenes were actually in the show. It was just added for that special episode called The Curse of Elmore. They did edit it. I know the Ghouls is on demand, so I fast forwarded to the part where he would have been, and he was not there. It could have been cool if he was in all those scenes, and we have just missed him though. Turns out, all of the fake Gumball clown clips were actually edited after the episode of the Gumball Chronicles aired. That's why he randomly shows up in some versions, and not in others. For a while, the internet completely lost its mind. Some claimed the clown was out to kill Gumball and Darwin, while others were convinced he was breaking the fourth wall, silently watching us through the screen. In The Curse of Elmore, just as the fear really sets in, the clown pulls off his mask. And it's Tobias. The whole thing was one big prank. On the characters and on us. Case closed, right? Well, not quite. Because if Tobias was behind the mask the entire time, then why do we see both Tobias and the clown in the same scene? That one moment takes us back to square one. Was it a mistake? A continuity error? Maybe both? But Gumball isn't exactly known for its sloppy storytelling. When something feels off, it's usually meant to feel off. So if it's not Tobias under the mask, then who is the clown? Well, now let's get into my theory about who the clown is. And I think the person under the mask is actually Carrie. And the reason why Carrie is the suspect is because she is the one who originally felt like Halloween wasn't scary anymore, and told us that all of the ghosts and ghouls, including the clown, weren't scary anymore.
Halloween is supposed to be for the ghosts and ghouls of Elmore. It's meant to be scary, and it's not anymore.
In the episode The Ghouls, we find out that he's just one of the countless ghosts and ghouls who have lost their ability to scare. Yes, the same clown that people say has an alternative motive isn't even scary at all, until Gumball lets Carrie use his body to make Halloween scary again. But instead of joining all the other ghosts and ghouls in the chaos, he thanks Gumball and Darwin.
Thanks, guys.
Showing that he might not be so scary after all. And that's not it though. If we go back to the Curse of Elmore and look very closely, the clown has white eyes instead of the usual black eyes. And this could be a sign that he's possessed. However, it doesn't end there. At the end of the episode, when Tobias reveals that he was originally the clown all along, we go back to Gumball and Darwin, who are unfazed by the prank, but immediately get scared when he... At first, nothing seems weird about it. Just Gumball and Darwin scrolling through the internet and watching videos. Except you realize that in the Procrastinators, where the clown first appears, Gumball and Darwin were also stuck to the computer and do everything besides the one thing they were supposed to do in that episode: throw away the trash. And think about what the clown said the first time he showed up, telling Gumball and Darwin to throw away the trash from Nicole. It feels like the clown wasn't just there to scare them, but was actually trying to send a message. So maybe the clown's actions in those episodes were actually a way to communicate something important to Gumball and Darwin. It's almost like the clown, or Carrie, was their way of messaging to them, while also warning about something they needed to notice, following Nicole's orders.